Okay. Your fixers have all gotten in touch with you via their various means, and they've got a time and a date for you. The time is 2100 hours, 9 p.m. The location is a grid reference in Puyallup. You should have been told you're meeting a blonde elf. And stand under the street light. You receive this call at screw it. You receive a call at 1700 Seattle time. So you've got time. You've got hours. Sorry, tangling myself. With bearing that in mind, starting with Ultimate and working our way along. Let's get the usual details. Tell everybody who you are, what you look like, what you're wearing, what you're taking, and anything that might attract police notice.
Sure. Ultimate is an average-looking Native American man, wears full leather stuff. Things-wise that might look off, I guess, would be like he carries his machine pistol and his... That's about the height of it.
Cool. Where are you coming from?
Everett, I believe.
Quite the journey. You got license for that shit?
Oh yeah, license for everything.
Cool. Fair enough. And what time are you aiming to get there?
As early as possible. So like, maybe an hour before, if...
How long before, sorry?
Like an hour or so before.
An hour. Okay, that's fine. Fine. Boomhilda. Same for you.
I muted myself like a jackass. What time of the day was the actual meet?
The meet at 2100, 9 p.m.
Okay. So she's going to spend the little bit of the time getting ready. Roll up probably about 15 minutes early. She is driving her Toyota Gopher, which is decked out in all kinds of like... you know how they have those toolkits and stuff on the outside of them? I have a picture of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of decked out like one of those guys. But she will sit in her truck for a little bit before she, just kind of looks at the place and see what's up.
Fair enough. Doing anything else special, or just keeping an eye out?
I mean, when she gets out of the truck, I'll break down a physical description, but...
Cool. Okay. Fair enough. Flatfoot. How you get to the meet, what you're taking, where you're coming from, that kind of thing.
So I think I'm going to be getting there first off, Flatfoot is kind of a, just average looking human dude, black hair, suit and tie sort of thing, big brown overcoat, just a typical looking sort of thing. Coming to the meet from Tacoma, just via Johnny Cab, because he doesn't have a car or any means of transportation. Probably going to get there half hour before.
Okay. Fair enough. Media?
Media will be riding there via, getting there from with Grid Guide as far as she can get before driving. Is this fairly deep in Puyallup?
It's away from civilization, but not completely away from it, if you know what I mean.
All right, so she'll be rolling with the armored jacket and her guns, not like concealed. And I will find a place to basically pull what Boomhilda is doing and lurk around until the time of the meet.
Okay, and how early are you trying to get there?
About 15 minutes.
Cool. Last and not least, Lilith.
Lilith will be coming from Renton. via her Jackrabbit. Not the most exciting of vehicles, but it gets the job done. Was formerly from a scrap heap, but she kind of got it back up to scratch again. She's wearing her street jacket. No, her armor jacket is what I meant. Which is standard clothes underneath, and the whole theme is black. Her favourite colour is black. It's from the only colour she ever wears. It's kind of how she got her name, because Lilith means of the night. It's just stuck, kind of thing, from her previous employment. Probably planning to get there about 15-20 minutes earlier, just to watch what's going about. You know, who's entering, who's leaving, that kind of thing. She will have her machine pistol on her, but this is something that not everybody else would know, is that she has the gun, but she has no ammo for it. It's literally just for show.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. All right, you all make your way there via various means. You don't have too much trouble. You know, Seattle, so it's always going to be checkpoints and guys looking at you funny. But you don't get too much. The first person to arrive is Ultimate. Ultimate finds himself pulling up outside a vacant lot. It's cracked concrete with weeds growing up between it. Next to a side of a road is a long streak of weeds, and a vestigial row of streetlights, all broken except for one. And I'll just move you all over.
Ooh.
Yeah. You don't see any obvious people in the horizon. There's nearest building is about 800 meters away that you can see. Mostly it's just vacant, demolished, and abandoned things that have just been allowed to collapse on their own. It's dark. You are likely to be eaten by a grue. What do you do?
Well, Ultimate's just gonna, find a nice, chill place, light up a cigarette, and just keep an eye out for things.
Fair enough. Who's
About
next?
5 minutes before the actual meet time, I'll kill the engine on my my gopher. Step out. Boomhilda is a average height Caucasian woman. She currently has a fairly decently sized mohawk. She is wearing an armored trench coat with the sleeves cut off. She has too large for her frame cyber arms, and is wearing a t-shirt that says "I," and then it has a picture of Mirror Shades Seattle underneath of it. So
Cool.
pull out a packet of cram, eat it, toss the wrapper on the ground, and just kind of wander on over.
Fair enough. In the interest of brevity, you all arrive at your stated times, and you see the same scene. Not a lot of emptiness, tall stand of weeds, and a single street light, but it's actually a light. You also see the others if they take no trouble to hide themselves. Can I get a perception roll, please? If you've
Everyone?
got audio spec, that applies. Visual does not.
Okay, is that for everybody?
That's it, everybody, please.
Okay, and audio stuff.
Oh, crap. Greater than 5. Sorry.
happens.
Sorry about that, or just is that good?
That's good, but yeah, don't forget next time.
Okay. Sorry.
Cool. Is that everybody?
Yep.
Oh, very important. I spent a lot of money to get thermochromic clothing. So we're meeting. We do know we're meeting, like, nature terrorists, right?
Yes.
They love nature. I'm gonna be wearing green.
Actually, I forgot to roll an extra 2 dice because my audio enhancement in my earbuds.
It's alright, you've
I
all,
had that.
pretty much all of you've got enough, except media anyway.
Okay. I forgot I had that.
So as you're sitting around, pointedly ignoring each other, or not, as the case may be, you hear a couple of rumbles. The first one is a helicopter far off in the distance, and probably isn't related. But you also hear a sound of a motor about 100 meters away from the other side of the weeds. This is about 5 minutes before the meeting. As you pay attention, you also hear the sound of somebody moving through it. Soft rustle of grass, but probably not just the wind. It's a petrol motor. Small car or truck, probably not a lorry.
We're in the middle of nowhere, so I will be like, just 1 minute, and I'm going to go back over to my car, go into one of the trunks, and sling an assault rifle and come back.
There. Does anybody else do anything about this worrying implement?
Could I do a? I should be able to do it just for the convict. A quick make a perception to the perception, see if there's anything hidden that would have alerted them that we were here, kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yes. All right. Roll it.
That comes under computer, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Boomhilda, you see a GMC Bulldog van pulled up on a parallel stretch of road on the other side of this field. The lights are off. Somebody's standing outside it smoking a cigarette. He doesn't seem to have noticed the splice brights. Lilith spots the vehicle's icon, a couple of comlinks, both metas, and a couple of that wouldn't be the case. Yeah, you just see what I mentioned, not the hinted other thing.
Okay, I will inform over Dino that I spotted, and there is a possibility there could be more that I could not see, but I can't know for sure, kind of thing.
Cool. Anyway, at the appointed time, a hooded figure emerges from the bushes. Second. She is a blonde elf. As per the picture, looking at you all with suspicion. She has a good squint around. Let's moving for a moment. Then she seems to soften a little. She straightens up, stands underneath a lamppost, and said, "What's up?"
Fuck all yourself.
I'm sorry?
Fuck all yourself.
One more time?
Fuck all yourself.
Nothing is happening. How are you? I believe is the message. Is that right?
Yeah, that would be about right.
Okay.
Sorry, you confused me.
That was an insult to start out with.
Okay.
Not much, just out for a nice evening stroll in this lovely neighborhood.
Yeah,
Looking to meet some people.
Okay. She waves a hand, well, both hands, in fact, makes a come hither gesture. Not come hither, just come over. I don't want to shout. Let's get this over with. I don't want to be here, but I'm going to have to.
We can assume you are Mrs. Johnson then?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
You here for the job?
Well, we're not just out for the wonderful night sky, are we?
Maybe you're not. All right. Okay, you probably know. I don't know what your fixers have told you. We need some guys to do recon. Guys that aren't us. Guys that are you, maybe. It's out of town. We'll get you there. We'll get you back. The more information, get us, the more we'll pay.
Okay. I'm listening. What needs doing? Where are we going?
She gives you a little snotty, sort of slightly snotty expression, looking you up and down in your fancy suit. There's a place. We want you to have a look at it. Tell us what the security's like. Plant some devices for us. Generally assess. Check it out. See what they do. We don't want them knowing you were there. When we pay our visit, we want it to be a surprise.
Okay. So we get in, we take our look around, we make sure everything's kosher for you, and we get out. No muss, no fuss.
Yeah.
Sounds simple enough. Where are we going?
Sorry about that. It's Minnesota.
It's quite the ways.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get you there. We've spoken to some people. Not going to be the comfiest ride you ever had, but you'll get there safe enough.
Okay, well, before we talk anymore, how much are we talking for this job?
$8,000. For that, and she holds up hands as in, hold on, I know, but wait, there's more. $8,000. For that, we want a real floor plan. We want 3 data taps installing. And we want a security assessment. And we want to know what the key structural points are like. What they're made of. How many there are. That kind of shit. We'll also, if you can get us more information, we'll pay you a bonus up to an extra $6,000.
Well, I do like the sound of a bonus, but you're asking actually a fair bit here for $8,000. I mean, the thing about doing an operation like this, it does help to have friends in the neighborhood. And I don't know about the rest of these guys. I don't know anyone in Minnesota. I don't know if there's more than a dozen people that live in Minnesota. So when shit kind of hits the fan, I don't have a buddy that I can call to come in shooting or just to give me a ride. I don't like walking. I also don't like driving. So finding, it is nice to have friends in the neighborhood, and you're asking us to do without that. So $8,000 for that, and as a quick sidebar here, can I roll? Like, I obviously have some knowledge of media, but can I roll Shadow Community just on the rest of these guys to like look at them and go, okay, what are these guys?
Yep.
Are they well known or okay? So 7. So 11, 76, greater than 5. Shit. there need to be a space between the 7d6 and the greater than 5?
No.
What am I doing? Oh. There we go.
That's a good roll. And I don't know what it means exactly off the top of my head. Give me a second.
The idea being like if 8K is kind of a paltry payout for Boomhilda or Lilith, or do I know that, and does that mean he's kind of lowballing us for the people he's trying to get?
I can't be asked to look at the rules.
Okay.
So I will say that, yeah, you know that, maybe not remembering specifics, but you know that these aren't the first run of Boomhilda or media.
Okay.
You may have heard, and you may or may not believe it, that one of Boomhilda's plans involved making a cannon to shoot runners out of.
Okay. So I just kind of look around and I go, you've hired, or you're looking to hire some pretty heavy hitters here. You know. I know a couple of these guys by reputation alone, and so
And
on top of everything.
Some of this ain't too inconspicuous, as she thumbs a thumb over towards media.
Ultimate like snorts at hearing that.
Making getting in and out as quietly as you would like, kind of a difficult proposition. So I think we're going to need to do a little bit better than that. Maybe now would be a good time to roll negotiation.
Yes, it would.
Okay. Hopefully with a little less drama this time. So I got first impression here. So.
And don't forget the pheromones as well.
Yeah.
What's that?
If you have tailored pheromones, they apply.
Oh, shit. Yes, I do. Okay, so I have 12 plus 2 for first impression, plus 2 for tailored pheromones. Plus 2?
Sounds about right.
Okay, so 16.
You also get +2 for a good argument, but -2 because she doesn't like suits. So, but it was a good argument.
Oh. Nature.
Cool. Are you happy with that level of success? You may use edge on this if you wish, but you don't have to.
5, 5, 6, 5. Well, I mean, we're going to Minnesota, so I'm gonna get this back. Almost certainly, right?
It depends on how comfortable the flight is.
Oh yeah, and I am an insomniac.
She did mention that it wouldn't be the most comfortable ride you've ever had. I'll give you that one for free.
Is 4 a good amount of successes for this? I'm not sure.
It's
we'll
pretty
add that
reasonable against what she's rolling. I'll tell you that. But you've got edge. You may choose to use it. I'm going to be asking this a lot, basically. I'm not trying to trick you or influence you with that one.
No, it's just laying out your options.
Yeah.
This is an important one, so I'll use an edge here. I got okay, I got 5. How do I add a post edge?
Just re-roll however many didn't succeed. So re-roll with 12 dice.
Okay. I think I'm good.
I guess you keep all those. Oh, wrong button. Okay.
Oh, I forgot that I could have rolled an assist roll on the negotiation because I've got the skill. My bad.
Yeah. You're all quite charismatic little bastards, mostly. But it doesn't matter in this case. She glares at Flatfoot. But it's a glare of somebody who knows you've got to buy for short and curlies. If elves even have those. Yeah. Kicks a rock. I'll be honest, I do not have that much extra money to throw to you guys. I can give you more upfront, but it's more upfront. I give you a little extra on the base pay, but it's coming off a bonus. So, where we're at, let's say 11 grand each.
Can I just ask people through DNI, like, what do you guys think? One more up front? What do you just kind of poll the room?
Sounds good for something that ideally won't get us too involved.
Okay.
Yes, it's fine to me.
Yeah, it's definitely something to work with. So yeah.
Excellent. Fantastic. She says with bitter sarcasm. Okay. Fine. Alright. The run is going to be in Minneapolis St. P, which I can't remember what the P stands for. Minneapolis. There's an animal testing lab in there that we don't like. They fragment up the environment, they're abusing animals. We want them to go away for good. Preferably in a cloud of info. We'll get you there. We've got a coyote with a bus. Be able to take you about a whole roll of gear each, plus rifle. Can't do much more than that. Should take about 2 days. Once you're there, get the address, get in, plant our data taps, get a security assessment, go do what you do, get back to us, and we'll get you right back home. Same route. Let me re-emphasize this, though. You cannot get caught. They cannot know you were there. Okay? Got it?
Loud and clear.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really want to get caught either, so I think we can do that.
Great. And, if you can get us evidence of, what they're doing to the animals in that place, or, proof that they're polluting, that'd be great too. Because we're going to put that in the video. We're going to smash it out. It'll be great. Now she's talking about actual terrorism. She's perked up a bit, a bit more life. She's a happy bunny.
Nice lady.
So, I do have one last question. Getting caught inside the facility is, of course, a no-no. Would some minor provocation be off the table? Some small, perhaps, what's the word? Property or vandalism. There we go.
She stays up in space for a moment, sucks on her teeth.
All to test their defenses, of course.
I don't care if you kick the hornet's nest a bit, but I don't want them to know that the real bad stuff is coming. If they get some trouble, that's fine, but if they're beefing up their security because they think we're going to be kicking the door in, that's a problem.
Out of character, I wonder how she'd react if we just leveled the place. It's like...
I was just thinking the same thing, because we do have 2 people on the team who could do that.
Seizing the initiative.
We found the weak spots, and we just
While we were there,
These explosives laying around, and we just thought we'd make sure they work. Purely
You know, figured we'd save you labor costs in the long run.
Wiz.
All right.
Oh yeah, one thing. She looks at Boomhilda. You're the demo, right? If you can give us a ballpark on how much info we're going to need, that'd be helpful. But don't get yourself killed for it.
You locked in on Anfo, or you want something a little bit more,
Our guy can get info, but he might be able to get us better. So
I'll run the numbers.
appreciate it. And she smiles. She whips out a data chip, the obligatory little token thing, switches it on. The address is here. It tells you where you need to go. Tells you what the place is called, and their address, and how to get in touch with us. Think that's about everything. And she shrugs. Any questions?
You're gonna release the animals before you blow the building, right?
Pardon?
You're going to release the animals before you blow the building, right?
Yeah, we don't want to kill anyone.
Good.
Anyone we don't have to. We just want to make sure that these people pay.
Do you mind? I know this would be preferable to avoid, but do you mind if we kill anyone? Never a thing I like to do. It complicates things, but if it becomes necessary.
That's a damn good question. If you absolutely have to, I'll understand. But
Okay.
we don't care you going over that place. So take your work home if you want to do that. Do it off site if possible.
Okay.
Also, I would like to ask you, do you know what company, whatever it is, running security for the facility that we're going to be doing recon on?
I'm sorry?
Do you know the security company, I would guess, has been hired to do security on the building?
It's private. I think it's a K subsidiary of a subsidiary of a subsidiary, corporate bulljack. But they're next door neighbours with an Ares Corp, so they may have been able to tag onto that.
Possibly.
Well, yeah, just asking because Lilith has knowledge of both Ares and Night Ares, so could find, information, kind of thing.
She shrugs. I don't know. You tell me. I'll give you money for it. Anything else?
I think I'm good.
Sorted.
Yeah, so when do we leave?
When are we hitting the road here?
How much gear would we be able to bring with us here?
Hold all in a weapon bag, basically.
That's fine because she got most of her gear in her backpack anyway. So, yeah.
Whiz. But yeah, details on the chip, but you should be leaving first thing tomorrow morning. We good?
I think so.
Cool. Catch, Soup. And she flips the data chip to Flatfoot. Gives you one last little nod. Fluffs up a collar, tucks her chin into her hood, and retreats back into the weeds. You're now standing alone, nighttime in Seattle, under a streetlight. What do you want to do?
Who wants to ride home? Or actually, do we want to go and plan this somewhere before? That might be a bit premature before we get there.
There's some
never-
preemptives.
Yeah, some preemptive research is never a bad idea.
It wouldn't hurt to get to know each other.
Well, if they're next door to an Ares Corp thing, I do know a couple of guys in Knight Errant. I don't know if they'd be terribly useful on this, but might be worth a shot.
And
I have some friends of a friend.
And I've got extensive knowledge of Ares and Knight Errant myself. Plus, I've got contacts who can help with some security knowledge themselves. So.
Okay. Media, you've got enough matrix to. I'm not going to bother making you roll. You can find a cafe that's not too nasty, not that far away. If you want to go outside and pull you up, it could take a bit longer to get to, but you'll be able to find a place. If you want somewhere more runner friendly, you're going to have to specifically runner friendly. You're going to have to roll for that.
I think we're all okay with just being creepy weirdos who talk over DNI all the time.
Could you imagine, like, the teenage girl in the future who'd just be... They would finally be quiet.
Oh.
That would be freaky as hell.
Did I get everyone? Did I get everyone's comp code? And this is in character. Ask her.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you hear a car pull off and drive away.
So who wants to give me a ride to this cafe we're going to?
I've got room.
All right.
I got some choices to make, so I need to go get my gear ready.
Okay.
Well, I've already got my gear in the boot of my car, so I'm all good.
Alright, so 20 minutes later, you're in the more civilized corner of Puyallup. A mom and pop all-night cafe and diner. It's pretty much deserted at this time of night, except for a very tired, very overweight troll staring morosely at a dispenser. She barely even bothers looking up at you as you come in.
I don't know about the rest of you, but this is prime Silvercap time. Okay, so do we want to start with what everyone's kind of specialties are? I mean, told us.
Well, it's always good to know what each person can do. You know, helps to fit us all in.
Okay, well, I guess I'll start out. I got some knowledge of security systems. Out of character, that's pretty much just security companies. I got some contacts in Knight Errant, and I've been able to talk myself out of some stupidly dangerous situations and get people to do some stupidly dangerous things. But I'm not bad with a pistol, but I'm not the guy that's going to be charging in the front if we needed to do that. But I think the idea here is going to be to avoid that in the first place. So that's kind of what I got.
I'll be your matrix support. Defensive, creeping around in people's comms, that kind of thing. I'm also not bad with a gun, but all the same, you also won't see me on the front lines, or leaving my van if all things go well. The van being a metaphorical thing.
I've been known to engage in a little sky piracy.
That's one I haven't heard.
I failed to see where sky piracy could come into this, but please continue.
That's a story I bet we all want to hear. Just damn.
Well, sometimes they want you to steal a plane. Sometimes that plane is in flight.
That takes some balls, and I can respect that.
I mean, you could just do it through the Matrix, but, you know, physical is cool, too.
It's kind of funny you think that when they just, flip a switch and all of a sudden you done lost your fancy Matrix stuff.
Fair.
So among the more relevant of your skills, not that sky piracy in itself is not impressive, but dealing with something that is on the ground and does not at any point fly, you're a demo person, I'm gonna guess. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll start with demo. It's a long list.
And, well, I would be the one who gets in and out of places without being seen, heard, or anybody having other than clue in the first place. And through certain opportunities I've had while doing that, I've been known to dabble in sabotage and causing a few accidental explosions, shall we say? You know.
Okay. All right. So we got a well-rounded group here by the sounds of it. So where do we want to start with this? Does anyone know anything about Minnesota? Besides, I imagine it's cold.
I think it's in the Confederate States.
I think so. I can roll knowledge, my newfound knowledge skill I got.
She said we had like one carry-on bag we can bring, right?
Yeah, one gun bag, one sort of gear sort of bag.
Oh, one success. I know that it's Minnesota. I guess.
Yeah, basically. You know it's part of UCAS, it's pretty cold, it's not the biggest place. MSP, it's Minnesota St. Paul, I believe, off the top of my head. I just haven't looked that up. Now known as the Minnesota Metroplex. It was a big terrorist incident about 30 years ago. But it's been rebuilt from now. Also the home of Bob Dylan. Oh, birthplace.
Minnesota.
Wait, the guy that sings Born in the USA?
But you probably won't even remember that. So, yeah. There was no cash given up front. Just, but your base pay has been increased to $1,100.
Yeah, because Linus is absolutely broke.
All right. So I guess the next step would be you want to learn. So we don't know what the security company is. Did she mention the actual company that is running the this testing lab?
She mentioned it was on the chip, which I'm sure somebody has slaughtered and looked at by now.
That's a good thing to do.
I'm guessing that would be media, who will do our thing with the information.
Yes, I'm the only one qualified to slot this data chip.
My job.
I got hardware That's a thing, right?
Well, I have to make sure I do it for job security.
I've heard that one before.
Okay, so your target is Fitzgerald Advanced Research Incorporated. Been in business about 24 years, and they're research subcontractors. Bigger companies say, research this for us, and they do that. It's not much info on the chip. Building from outside, it's about 3 floors, surrounded by a security fence. Just off in the background, you can see the first of a few buildings, probably residential. They've got that shitty lived-in look that Seattle has perfected, and others merely imitate from the phone. Random information is attached that the CEO is Aubrette LaBelle. She's currently on maternity leave. But this is not a very exhaustive data chip.
Well, I guess that's why they hired us.
I think it's partly because they're not associated with who they are, so it can't go back on them if it goes wrong, basically. Plausible deniability on their end, basically.
Okay. Since this is a research institution, I'm not terribly familiar with how that would work. Is this going to be? Do we imagine that this is going to be different than the standard sort of wage slave situation, or are people going home at night? Like, if these are researchers, are they working like 80-hour work weeks, or do we not have to? Is there going to be a time of day where this place might be empty?
That's a good question. You should do some recon.
Knew you were going to say that.
God damn it.
Would security companies fall under that question? Like, would I have knowledge of that, despite the fact that I just said I don't?
So you're trying to figure out if you can guess what kind of hours they like to run. Am I right?
Yeah. Like, if I know security companies or security designs, am I going to know the security designs for a research style place like this?
It's a very, 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 very good odds that it's going to be at least security manned 24 hours a day.
Right.
That's common sense.
Yeah.
As for the scientists, possibly. It is, physics world, so everybody works shitty hours. But maybe they're not as mean to their scientists as viewers. Maybe they are.
I will, I will hit the matrix and try and find, see if the company that they have their security contract is publicly available, or if that information is.
That's a good idea, but while Lilith is in the loo, I'm going to take everybody on a 5-minute break, just for rest purposes. So when the Skype call reaches the hour, we'll come back. Sounds good?
Works for me.